snow.
My mom's complaining that she doesn't have a butt, but it's because she doesn't eat enough carbs.
I don't care. Pagué mejor hilos y me las levantaron.
So she got some procedure done, and honestly,
sí duele.
I would do anything, but I wouldn't do that.
It's worthy. Por mis nalguitas. It's worthy.
Oh my god, you're disgusting. Okay, guys, so we're here about to get some tacos. Yes. Ooh, yes, tacos. They have the best salsas here. Right, Isaac?
Yeah, so
Tell us a little bit about each one.
So, I mean, this is just like onions with habanero.
Agua de horchata, like Cardi B. Guys, look how cute these Santa cookies are. Guys, how freaking cute are these little gingerbread houses? I'm literally obsessed. I want to take one home. They're so cute. Like, I feel like this could be like the cutest decor. So this coffee shop also has a flower shop on this side. It's really precious. This is my outfit for today. So these boots are Miss Lola. As you guys already know, I always wear it. It's my favorite blazer. And my top, a turtleneck. And then it's super cute in here. It says, don't be a cliche. Cake. Day, no wonder you're fatty.
And I'm still gonna win the health.
No, you're not. So I got my little Santa cookie and iced coffees and my mom's matcha. Okay, you can't, I still have to take a pic first. Good morning, guys. Welcome back to Vlogmas day number, what is it, 7? Day number 7? Yes, day number 7. So I woke up. I'm about to take you through my morning routine really quick and we'll see what the day has in store. Let's go. The very first thing I do all the time is I wake up and I wash my face and I brush my teeth. So I'm gonna do that super quick. I usually always put this little headband so I don't like get my hair wet. So like this. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and use my Caress cleanser that I'll be talking about tonight in a post. It's my favorite cleanser. I'm gonna wash my face. So face is washed. Now I'm just going to add this little recipe spray and some moisturizer. I'm gonna use my Caress moisturizer. Cool, and then I brush my teeth and I'm gonna use my Moon products. I love these products just because they look so cool and I feel like they really do whiten my teeth. And you can buy like the Moon floss. You can buy the Moon pen, whitening pen. Okay, so that's done. Now let me just brush my hair super quick. And there we go, brushed. Perfect. So after I brush my teeth and my face, I come over here and I try to read some books just to kind of like spend some quiet time with God and just, you know, I don't know. I feel like this is very peaceful for me. Now I did say I was going to talk about these books, so I'm just going to do a little quick overview and I'll leave my Amazon store below. That way you can shop all of these books. But basically, this one I bought because my pastor recommended it to me, and it's actually really good. I've been reading it. It talks about who Jesus was and his character and how his character changed people. You know, he didn't force people to change. He genuinely changed people through his character and by loving them and not judging them or condemning them. So it's just a really, really good book. I've really been enjoying this one a lot. Okay, next book is The Sacred Search. And this book, oh my gosh, I'm literally hooked on it. Just because I like books that give like stats and just, I don't know. I think this one is very important for people that are single, or especially like if you are in a relationship. This book is still really good because it talks about who you should look for and what kind of people you should be looking for to marry. You guys know there's like so much divorce nowadays, and I just don't really think people think through that this person is gonna be like their happiness or their misery for the rest of their lives. And I think a lot of people will just make hasty decisions and don't spend enough time getting to know someone. Like for me, this is a really good book because, you know, it talks about like just because you're in love with someone doesn't mean you should marry them. And it's very true. Like I personally have felt in love with someone, and I mean, I truly love someone so much. And even then, I was way younger than I am now, but even then I realized like, yeah, I love this person and I'm in love with this person, but I already know this person is not going to make me happy in the long run. I mean, for one, he wasn't a Christian, so I always knew that going in, and I tried to kind of deceive myself, and at the end, you know, deep down, like, I knew that it just wasn't gonna work. So some people aren't that self-aware, and some people really will go into relationships just being infatuated with someone, and not really looking at their flaws and everything, and then, you know, at the end of the day, that's why, you know, divorce happens and a lot of other things happen, because I feel like people don't take the time to build a solid foundation and relationship, you know, before they get married. So this book is really good. I definitely suggest it to everyone because there's a lot of good knowledge in there. And this is The Sacred Search, but if you're married, there's also The Sacred Marriage. Obviously I haven't read that one, but I'm sure it's just as good as this one. Okay, I took my sweater off because it's kind of hot, but the next book I'm reading is called Faithing It by Cora Jakes, which is T.D. Jakes' daughter. And this book talks more about kind of going through trials and difficult situations in life where you really need to faith it. So that's what's called Faithing It. She kind of talks about in the beginning of the book that she couldn't get pregnant. And so that was something that she had to really work through. And, you know, she has faith that she will have children, but at the same time, she understands that God puts things in your life to make you stronger. So this book is actually really, really good. I've read a few chapters so far, and for someone that is going through something difficult, I totally recommend this book because there's a lot of knowledge in here. Another book that I recommend is called Soar, and this one is also, well, this one is by T.D. Jakes, so the father of Cora, and this one is just honestly such a good book for entrepreneurs. If you are an entrepreneur or you want to be an entrepreneur, this is a really great book. But it's basically just like, if you have a vision, it's basically talking about how to get it off the ground and, you know, how to be smart about it. And it talks a lot about business and I mean, I don't know if you guys know, but T.D. Jakes is a great businessman in himself. So I would totally take advice from him because he really has built stuff and is very knowledgeable. So this is a great book for entrepreneurs. All right, well, now that I finished my book review, I guess I'll take you on a little tour just because my brother and mom left this morning. So I'll take you a little tour of my house. So this is the entrance, this is the elevator. We live in an apartment, so as soon as you come in, there is a bathroom on this side. Really cute sink and whatnot, you know, the toilet and whatnot. And then when you walk to your left, we have the living room. And this is our dining room area. So this is where I was doing my little book recommendation. All of these are windows. My mom set up our Christmas tree, as you guys can see. And then this side is our living room area, which is very crisp and clean. It's super cute. So yeah. So if we walk this way, my mom and her Christmas decor. If we walk this way to the right, we have the kitchen. And I'm about to eat one of these breads, pan de dulce, that we got last night. But I mean, our kitchen is pretty basic. I feel like it's, there's no island or anything. This is our laundry room, but so yeah, it's very spacious. But the kitchen is just, you know, a kitchen. So then if we walk this way, we have my mom's office. She has her little desk area right here. And then this is kind of like our, I don't know what to call this. It's where we have our TV. So this is kind of like where we watch movies and kind of lounge around and hang out. Now to this side is my mom's room. Now it gets really hot, so she closed down all her windows, but if we open them up, you can see the whole view. So this is my mom's bed. I think she gave her like bed frame to Isaac, and I don't know, I guess she likes sleeping on the ground. But let me open this so you guys can see. I think she closes it because it's so hot. But basically this is the view out there. That is our clubhouse. So right there is our swimming pool, and then in that area is our gym. So I'm actually gonna go down and work out for a bit in a little bit. But that's basically my mom's view here. And then like these are her closet space. And then this is more closet space over here. And then this is her bathroom, which has a tub that I'm sure she never uses, and the little shower area over her. So yeah, so this is my mom's room. Let's go to Isaac's room. So this is Isaac's room, and oh god, it's a mess in here. Well, my mom made my bed, but she didn't make Isaac's. Haha. So this is Isaac's room. This is where he plays his little video games, his bed, his wooden things, and then this is Isaac's bathroom, which they all pretty much look the same. Then over here is my room, and mine's kind of the bigger room. It's a little bit more spacey, but here's my bed. And this is kind of what it looked like before when I lived here, but not really. My mom definitely like changed it. But this was my bed, and then again, my desk and stuff. I was filming a video last night, so that's why everything is a hot mess. But then this is my closet space over here. And the bathroom that we were at. So yeah, that's kind of all the tour of my house. So now that the tour is over, I'm gonna go work out a little bit, and then I'll catch you guys back up here in like an hour. Okay guys, so I just got done working out and I just made myself some breakfast. So this is the Protein World pancakes, and I just made 2 egg whites. Now I have a 47% off code for you guys that I'll leave in the description box. I have my coffee, my syrup, which I will only put a little bit of because sugar is fat. Okay, so I'm gonna open, oh, the syrup, it's hard. So I'm just gonna pour a little bit on my pancakes, and then let's see if this is good. They were actually super easy to make. I just put 4 scoops in a bowl and then added water, and that's basically it. Okay. Okay. They honestly taste like regular pancakes. If you put some butter in your syrup, they literally taste like regular pancakes. They're not dry, they're very regular. So I approve. So it's low in sugar, no artificial colors or flavors, and it's high in protein. 4 scoops, which 4 scoops made these 2 pancakes. You get 1.5 grams of total fat. You get 28 grams of carbs, 1.5 grams of fiber, 10.7 grams of protein, which is really good for these 2 pancakes. The 2 pancakes in total are 211 calories. So check Protein World out. I will leave my code down in the description box. So if you want to shop Protein World, you can get everything 47% off. Okay guys, so I finished breakfast and now I'm just gonna do a little get ready with me / Q&A. Okay, so I always start my routine with the Diamond Cocoon Sheer Cream. Now this is a splurge. Like this and the eye cream was like literally like $350. Like it was a lot. But I can honestly say that like Natura Bissé is just a really super high-end skincare line, and it really does change your skin completely, but it is on the pricier side. But the good thing is that you can go to Neiman Marcus, any Neiman Marcus, and you can actually get a free Natura Bissé facial and kind of build a relationship with the people that work there. And you know, they can give you samples and tons of stuff like that. Sometimes, you know, it's like they'll tell you what they put on your face during the facial, and then, you know, if you want to buy something, like you can. So kind of just go in there and be like, okay, like I'll just take the toner, which is like the cheapest thing, or I'll just take the little SPF thing. But they kind of sold me on this cream. So I went in for a free facial and then went out with like these super expensive items. But anyway, so I always put that on my face first. Because I am in Mexico City, I'm putting on the AA Barrier Serum by Algenist, and this kind of just blocks basically like your pores from getting all that nasty gunkiness from the air. Like if you did not know, Mexico City has like the worst air quality and it's just so polluted. So I definitely want to make sure I'm wearing tons of SPF and I'm like covering my face in like this little barrier thing that keeps away the pollution, because I don't have time for pollution, guys. I don't. Okay, so next up I'm going to do my face, and I always use my Cover FX Power Play foundation. It's my #1. It's the one I've used literally for the longest time, and I just freaking love it. I guess meanwhile, let me answer some of these questions that you guys asked. Someone asked, how do you like to start your resolutions, cleanse, etc.? Now, I am a firm believer that your resolutions and everything that you're trying to do in the new year needs to start in the old year. So what that means, it's like usually all my goals and stuff that I'm setting for 2020, I start planning for that as early as October of the previous year. All the goals that I have for myself in 2020, I make a list and I'm kind of like, okay, in order for me to do this in 2020, what do I need to do right now? Because if you wait until the new year, you're just going to spend all of January trying to get your life together and trying to make these resolutions happen. And that's why you really have to start your resolutions, I mean, as early as October, because if you do that as soon as January hits, you'll be at a great place. Like, you know, it'll be a smooth transition into whatever you're trying to do. And as well, I don't know, like if you guys are trying to do like fitness goals and stuff like that, it takes 21 days for something to become a habit. So what I would suggest is starting in December and making that a habit before the new year. That way, whenever the new year gets here, you already are in a rhythm. You're ready to go, ready to hit the gym, ready to do whatever it is that you are setting yourself up for. And yeah, I mean, I think it's just a way better way to start the year than to like wait, because it's like, why waste time? Like, why not just start now? I think most of the time it's like people just don't have self-discipline and they're like, oh, I'm just gonna wait until next year. And then it's like, you are gonna wait until next year and then it's not gonna happen. You're not gonna make it happen. And I'm not trying to be negative. I'm really telling you that this is how to do it. Like, you literally have to start the previous year, get all your goals out of the way, try to work towards everything that you are trying to accomplish in 2020 in 2019. So start now if you are watching this video. That way your January can just be super easy and smooth, and yeah, you can transition well into the new year and start it really well. All right, so I just finished my foundation. Now I'm gonna use my Cover FX concealer. I always just put a little thing like that under my eye. And usually I'll use the Diamond Cocoon Sheer Eye Cream, but because I'm taking pictures today, I want a little more full coverage. Someone asked, what kind of cream do you use for your under eyes? So I use this one during the day because it is kind of like a tinted moisturizer eye cream. So it does cover up my bags a little bit and makes my skin glowy, as well as it's taking care of my eye bags. But for nighttime, I would say the Algenist eye cream is really, really good. Also, the Image skincare eye cream is really good. And what other one do I really like? It's this one right here. I actually have a sample size of it, but it's the Caudalie. I don't know how to say this brand. I'm so embarrassed with myself. But I think it's like the Caudalie Paris eye cream. Another one is the Dr. Loretta eye cream. Oh my gosh, it's one of the best eye creams I've used, and I need to go back and get more samples. But it just really, like, you put it on and it brightens your eyes. Like, it's not just an eye cream, but it really brightens. So that one's really good for the daytime as well. Next up, I'm gonna do a little bit of bronzer. Someone said, is there requirements you have partnering up promoting a business? As far as on my side, like, if a brand is reaching out, do I have requirements? I mean, the only requirement really is like for people to pay me my rate. That's really my only requirement. Besides that, like, of course, the requirement is to make sure that it aligns with my brand and it's something that I truly, genuinely like, and that it's something that I genuinely stand by. But as far as like brands, like, oh my God, they have a million requirements. But like, once I sign a deal and stuff, it's not really up to me anymore. Like, at that point, if they're paying me my rate, it's like all the requirements the brand has, I have to abide by. And it's like, sometimes it's just a bit much. I think even now, I have an assistant now, and I was sending her some of my briefs of like campaigns that I have coming up, and she's like, oh my God, like, this is crazy. I didn't know brands asked for so many things, and they had so many requirements and have so many rules of what you can't do and what you can do and what it should look like. And I'm like, I know, at this point, it's just like, it's not super organic, because I just feel like if you're reaching out to the creator, like, you should leave it up to the creator. But I think every day it just gets super specific to a point where it's like not really fun for you to create content, because you're so put into this box of what you can do, and that's the only thing you can do. If you try to go outside the box, it's like you're fired. So I just think it's a little bit much now. Of course, like, it's still brands that I want to work with, and they are paying you a good amount of money, so it's like, well, you kind of do want to abide by their rules. But it's like, sometimes I'm like, I just wish they would let us have more creativity freedom. Although it is nice for them to be like, hey, this is kind of what we want your content to look like. You know, we would love for you to, I don't know, take it next to a tree. Like, that's fine, because it's like, okay, I understand that you want it to look a certain way, but when you're telling me what I should wear and how I should do my hair and my nails, like, that's just too much, guys. This is the Cover FX Monochromatic Blush Duo in Pink Dahlia, and I love it because it has a matte blush and a sheer blush. And I usually always use the sheer blush. Someone just said, I'm going to Mexico City next week. Any recommendations? Well, guys, if you watch Vlogmas from last year, I went to tons of places with my friends that are really fun. So I would just go to those places. I'm actually doing a blog post on Mexico City this time around, but I'm probably gonna get that content later on, just because right now I'm just trying to chill and hang out with my fam. But I definitely will have a blog post coming up on that. Okay, so most of the other, like, literally all the other questions are people kind of being nosy and asking me if I'm still friends with a certain person. Oh shoot, I used the wrong brush. And I've had that question asked so many times that, like, I could buy myself a Gucci purse if I wanted to with all that money. Like, I feel like when you're social media presence, or like even like, you know, celebrities, it's like people want to know their life and people want to know all the details and want to know why this happened, or, you know, just everything. And like, sometimes I just think it's a bit much, especially if someone doesn't share it. It's like, why even ask? My friend Janine, she even did a video talking about her breakup, and she was saying that she got like tons of questions of people asking like why they broke up, like what happened, blah blah blah. And it's like, I get it, because you feel like, you know, you're invested in our lives kind of, and like you want to know the details and you want to know stuff. Like sometimes you just have to ask yourself, like, why do I even want to know this? Sometimes I have to tell myself that. I'm like, why am I being nosy? Like, this is someone's completely like private life. It's a little bit of invasion of privacy, and honestly I kind of agree with her. I think it's just a little bit much. And again, I'm not like saying like don't ask questions. Like I could, like if you ask me something about myself, I'm here to answer it all day. Like I'm here to talk about myself all day, about my struggles, about my life. But when it comes to like someone else and someone else's like life, I don't know. I just don't want to put people's business out there, I guess. Basically, what I can say about that is I think people just are in completely different stages of lives, and sometimes you have to be okay with that. I think the best way to explain it, like for me, I think when people try to hold on to like, and I'm talking about relationships in general, like I'm not even talking about just like friendships, I'm talking about everything. If there's like a lot of problems and it's a little bit draining and like there's always issues coming up, it's like at that point you just need to be aware and be like, okay, well maybe this friendship has like reached its expiration date and like I need to move on. And I actually read a meme that I thought was so funny, because I'm like, oh my god, that's so true. It's like an expired friendship is not beef. Like it's not, it's just life. Like people grow up, people are in different stages of their lives, and when people say there's, what is it, friends for like different seasons and stuff, like that's so true. And I think that's why like people fail to realize is that sometimes, like, I don't know, how can I explain it? It's basically like when you work somewhere, like you're really close to the people you work with, because it's like, you know, you're surrounded by them every day. Or like when you were in school, like you were super close to like your best friends in high school, and then like, okay, you move on and like you're in completely different states or whatever it is, and it's like some of those friendships stay, and that's how you know like they're real friends, when even throughout time like you still are super close and the friendship remains the same. My best friend from junior high, literally junior high, like I've never fought with her, like never had a problem, and like most of my friends I've never had issues with. It's super easy and breezy, and I think that's the way friendship should be. Not to say that you're not going to be there with friends through difficult times. Obviously you should be there with friends through difficult times, but I think when issues are between like the two people in the friendship, then it's just like, you know, why even keep going back and forth? You know, there's just no time. Again, I'm not condemning the people that like ask these questions. I just think sometimes things should just be kept private, and like people have to have wisdom on what to talk about and what not to talk about. I think I've said it before in videos, like I never want to put someone's business out there, even though it does involve me. Like if it involves someone else, I don't want to talk about it. If it was something involving just me, like yeah, of course I could talk about it here all day. Ooh. Okay, I'm coming together, guys. I'm coming together. You know, a lot of people ask about my dad and stuff like that, and I think my blog has always been very positive. And honestly, like if you know me as a person, like I'm a very positive person. I never let things bother me or get to me. I just don't believe in it. Why be sad about something? I think everything works out for our greater good, and God always has a plan, and I really do trust that. So it's like I'm not gonna sit here and be sad about something when I know God, you know, let it happen in order to bring better things my way or bigger blessings my way. I just feel like God's plan always is the best plan, and you know, in the Bible it says everything works out for the good and the best for those that love God, and I truly stand by that verse. So anything that happens in my life that's negative, I'm like, thank you God, because something really good is gonna come out of this. I may not see it right now, but I know that it will. You know, even when my dad was like literally dying, like literally he was in a coma for 9 days, it was kind of funny because my really close friends here in Mexico were like shook, and they were asking me like, oh my god, like aren't you sad? You know, like why do you seem so like positive and alive? And you know, and they were just wondering why I was so happy. And I remember we would go home and all my family was there and everyone would be praying, and just everyone seemed so anguished, and I was like, I get it. Like, yeah, he's my dad, of course. And you know, it's not that I want him to die, but it's just like, I think at that point, he was actually at the hospital for something that ended up being like a consequence of something he had done. So it wasn't just like, it was like an accident. He was just like ill or sick or in a coma, you know, like it happened because of some bad decisions that he made. So for me at that point, I was just like, you know, if God wants to take him away, then you know, he will, and God knows what's best for a family, and God, you know, will never like forsake us and leave us, and we're gonna be good, you know? That's kind of where my head was at, and that's why I could kind of go in, like, walk in peace through that like really difficult situation, just because for me it's always been that way. Like, no matter how many difficult situations happen, I'm always like, if it works out, then that's what God wants. If it doesn't work out, then that's what God wants too. And I'm fine with it. Like, why even try to be upset over something that at the end is gonna be beneficial to you, basically is what I'm trying to say. And I want everyone to live their best life, so whatever people need to do to live their best life, I'm all for it. I want everyone to thrive. I want everyone to be successful. I want everyone to be happy and have joy and find peace. And whatever people need to do to make that necessary, I'm all for it. That's kind of why my blog, I'm just always really positive, just because that's just me. Like, I can't help it. And yes, I go through difficult situations all the time. Like, you know, my dad almost died, my parents got divorced last year, or maybe it was like a year and a half ago. You know, my grandma had got cancer a year ago. Like, my aunt was literally at the hospital this whole year. Like, she was super sick, and she had to go to the ER several times, and it was really difficult situation because, of course, my cousins, like, I wouldn't want, you know, my aunt to die and stuff like that. But I think through it all, I stay positive just because I know who's in control, you know, and at the end of the day, whatever God wants for our lives, it's gonna happen. And I truly believe in that, and I stick by that at all times. So anyway, I just want everyone to always know that, yeah, our life is definitely full of crazy things and really difficult situations, but if we honor God and love him and read his word, like, our lives would be so different if we actually read the Bible, because there's so much wisdom in it, and it really is the path to life, guys. Like, and honestly, if we lived our lives following it, oh my God, we would avoid so many problems, we would avoid so many relationships. Like, God tells us what we need to do in the Bible, and like, I don't know why, but we end up doing our own thing, and then we wonder why we're in that predicament. And God is like, well, if you read the Bible, I told you not to do that, but you did that anyway, and that's why we're here now. I always just want to be positive, and I always want people to know that when you love God and honor him, good things happen, guys. Like, good things really do happen. And I just always want to share positive vibes and positivity, although I'm aware, like, life is not always positive, but again, when you have God and you know that he's for you and he's by your side at all times, you don't have to be, you know, it doesn't have to be such a difficult thing. Like, you can walk through that difficult situation with God, knowing that he's in control, and you're gonna come out on the other side. You really are. Trust and believe. I am a walking billboard for that, because seriously, like, a lot of terrible things have happened, and you know, I could sit here and talk about it all day, but I just think, again, some of the things, it's too personal and I kind of don't want to share it. But you know, if I ever feel in my heart that there's a time to share it, I will share it. But difficult things happen to everyone, but the difference between a Christian and someone that's not a Christian is just knowing that God has you and you're not walking through it alone, and he's always going to be by your side. Like, you're his daughter, you're his son. Ultimately, I think that's why he created the Bible, so that we could, you know, live the best life, our best life at all times. But hopefully I continue to show positivity and show that with God you can do anything, you can be successful, and any dreams that you might have, like, you are totally more than capable of accomplishing them when you just put your mind to it and put God first in your life. So that is all. I feel like I could be a motivational speaker, guys. I really could. Okay, finishing up my makeup here. I actually really like it. I actually am kind of glad that my makeup video didn't work last night because this one is way better. Okay, I think my makeup is fine. What do you guys think? Does it look okay? I'm just gonna use this little Lila B a glow face mist. Oh my god, this is the most amazing thing. It's so good. Ah! It just smells so freaking good. Like, I can't even deal. And it's vegan and cruelty free and all the things. Anyway, I'm about to do my hair and I'll see you guys in a little bit. Well, I have to post this outfit, so be quiet. Don't talk about my fit, little girl.
Te voy a decir una cosa, ese pan es de mercadillo.
The shade! It's actually from last. So finally, my brother and my mom came home, and now they're taking me out. So anyway, I'm hungry and we're gonna go eat. Okay, vamos a comer. I got the salmon carpaccio. Yum.
What'd you get?
Mi mamá.
Oh, that looks good, bro. No, es que Dani no le gusta que la copie.
A ver, ¿cuál es el problema?
Let me try it. What's up?
Pídete uno.
Oh my god. Such a fatty.
That was not smooth at all.
I don't care. My mom's annoyed. I don't know why she's annoyed. Who hit it?
Look.
Who hit it? Who hit it?
Oh, if I knew.
Oh. I bet it was my mom. Oh, you know it was my mom.
No soy Dani.
Bro, you know it was my mom. You know it was my mom. You know it was my mom.
¿Sabes qué? En un estacionamiento le dieron.
Yeah, pero eso se quita con... Bueno, quién sabe. No.
Now we're heading
Eso
home.
se lo dieron en un estacionamiento.